Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Outcast Podcast. On this week's episode, we'll have Kameron Combs, a six-time winner here in the Outcast Racing League. Well, first things first, we want to welcome back everyone from the Hurricane Path back online with their power back, and glad everyone is safe. We did take a week off of racing to allow those drivers to focus on their family and what's important, and we didn't want to penalize them by racing because they were all in a life-threatening situation with Mother Nature.
Yeah. So, without further ado, we want to bring in Cam, who's already secured a spot in the playoffs here in Outcast Racing League. Welcome, Cam.
How's it going?
Good, good. Um, I got one question. I don't remember. It's been what, 3 seasons or something like that now. What brought you to Outcast Racing League?
So, I was looking for a league. I can't remember if I posted in one of the Facebook groups or if somebody just had, or if somebody else threw up a post and I think it was you that commented on it and said something about your league. So I was like, I joined the Discord and I don't think I ran it until the start of the new season. And you messaged me the day before the first race of that season. I was like, you said, hey, if you want to race, we'll get you set up. I was like, all right. So that pretty much is how I ended up here.
Yeah, and you came in and stole stole our your first win, right? You won the first race you were here,
Yep, first race here in my career, and I won it.
Well,
and
let's get into a little bit of the back roots here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of if you had any previous racing experience or kind of what got you into iRacing?
Yeah, so I've never really had any real like racing experience. I've been a fan of NASCAR since I don't know, I was young. My grandpa was an Earnhardt fan, and I was like, well, if he's an Earnhardt fan, I'm gonna be a Jeff Gordon fan just 'cause they were rivals.
As
yeah,
long as you're not Denny Hamlin, we're all right.
Yeah, anything better than him.
yeah.
Uh,
I didn't like Earnhardt. My grandmother was an Earnhardt fan. I was like, nope, he's the bad guy. I'm not rooting for him. He's such a bum. I'm not. Nope. And now it's like he's a legend, right? So
Go ahead with your story.
See, I think I probably thought it was funny because they didn't like each other on the track, so or so they claimed, but we know they're pretty close off track. But yeah, so I've been a NASCAR fan for a while. I didn't really watch a whole lot when I was a kid, but anytime I seen the like Jeff Gordon one or something, I was pretty happy about it. And I got into iRacing, I think it was 2015. uh, I was watching some YouTube videos and I was like, yeah, that kind of looks like fun. So I signed up. It was like I think you got a 1 month free or a 1 month trial for like $2 or $3. I was like, yeah, I'll try it out. I mean, I was only 15 at the time, 16, didn't have a whole lot of money, so I was like, I'm not gonna get too invested into it, but we'll give it a shot. And I ended up, I did the month, and I was like, it's kind of tough because you gotta kind of schedule your races. It's not like you can get on and just race whenever you want, whatever car you want. So a little bit went by, and I ended up doing another free trial, and I ended up keeping that same account. So I've been on here for about 9 years.
That's
jeez.
pretty awesome. Yeah, that's a lot more than me. I'm one of the COVID babies, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
Hop on during COVID.
same.
I got on before it was cool.
But now you are cool.
Yeah.
um, who's your favorite race car driver now? Because Gordon's not a race car driver. So
So I don't know if I can tell you this because I know you're a Hamlin fan.
do not tell me Joey Logano because you will be shut off.
Hey,
No, not Joey Logano.
Joey Logano won me a diecast this week, okay?
It is somebody Hamlin's had a run in the past. I think it was like 2016 at Martinsville. If you're picking up
Chase
my drift.
Elliott. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That that's okay. He's NASCAR's most popular driver, so
Yep.
So how does it feel to already be have a reserve spot for the playoffs for this season?
It's definitely nice because you can kind of go through races and not really have to worry about like points and stuff. You can try different strategies or try running a little bit harder at the end and not really have to worry about getting all the points that you need. You can just kind of worry about being consistent and figuring out things that work, different things. It's like I said, I've been on here 9 years and it's everything's still a learning experience. Like there's always updates to the sim. It's stuff's always changing around here.
um
At least you're not like poor boy motorsports where we try new things, but we like to take ourselves out.
Mhm.
So
yeah, I did it bad this week. I think I took three of our guys in one accident. It was not good. Um, have you ever been to a NASCAR race? And if you have, what track or tracks have you been to?
So I have been to two. I've been to my home track, which is Watkins Glen. I went there in 2016. The year after that, I went with one of my friends in high school. We went to Martinsville for the spring race. It was, I think Martinsville was pretty fun because so Watkins, you kind of watch the cars go by and then you don't see them again for
A
about a
minute.
minute.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was a cool experience, but I think going to Martinsville, the only bad thing about Martinsville is they don't get away from you. So if you don't have earplugs or something, your ears are ringing by the time the race is over.
Yeah, and you can see the whole track no matter where you sit, which is
Yeah,
great. Did you get
which
yourself a Martinsville hot dog?
no, I did not.
You did not.
I didn't even think
Anthony is
about it until
visualizing that.
So no. So myself, my father, and James went to Martinsville, and I think there's a picture floating around somewhere of all of us biting into our Martinsville hot dog at the same time. But we definitely tried it. I honestly, I don't see the hype. It's just a cheap hot dog. That's it.
And you are in New York, correct? Is that where you live?
yeah.
Are
Which
you like
so
close
the
to the
race?
city or not so close?
No, like mid. I'm kind of like in the middle of the state, down towards. I'm closer to PA than like the city.
Is that where you was born and raised?
Yeah.
You don't have an accent like Boston.
Like like
You
Wayne.
don't say like I'm gonna go get in the car.
Yeah.
It's kind of more normal, I guess, to me.
Yeah. Nobody around here really has an accent, so it's like every now and then you'll find somebody it's not like they talk funny, but they talk different. And it's kind of like makes you question where they're from or if they're like born around where I am.
So you said you've been to two tracks, Watkins and Martinsville. What track would you most like to go to if you could go to any one of them?
Definitely the Bristol night race. That's the next one I'm gonna try getting to.
Oh, I've got sad stories from that. Like I went one track one year and I saw some lady crossing the street and she did not make it across the street. It was not a good scene,
Ooh.
and I can't unsee it. And every time I hear somebody say I want to go to Bristol, like my heart sinks into my stomach, and it's just like it just comes back. I do want to go back, but that experience was like it's etched in there. Wasn't good.
Yeah, I think Bristol or maybe like the Coke 600. I think I'd like to go to that one too.
In Charlotte, yeah. I'd like to go to Charlotte. Charlotte sounds like it'd be a good time.
I'd like to go and see Larson actually complete the double.
I've always wanted to go to Bristol, and I used to live kind of close to it, which I'm not that far now, but I still haven't been, and I want to go. I think we've kind of, I know Anthony and I kind of go to what, New Hampshire every year, Daytona. You came to Atlanta last year. Next year we're gonna try to go to Richmond.
Yeah.
Um, but anywho, and your iRacing team, what team do you run for?
I run for Elite Sim Racing.
Yeah. So
And go ahead, Anthony.
you guys all you won the team championship last season, correct?
Yep.
So that's pretty sweet. I don't know. I thought I had a picture of your shirt, but I guess I did not upload it here. So, but I do have a shirt for you. They came in, so I'll get them to you. Speaking of shirts, real quick, I want to toss this up here. We do have uh, shirts available for purchase on
Ooh,
our website. Um, we've got hoodies here on the left.
how do we get them?
Uh, you can just get a hold of me, um, or you can email us at outcastracingleagueorl@gmail.com, and we can get you squared away with that. The sweatshirts are $35 a piece, and the t-shirts, they're like the moisture wicking t-shirts. They're really nice. Those are $25 a piece. These are all made by Chad Lancaster at Land and CNSB. So did a real good job on them. I like them a lot, and we're going to.
Definitely chip in if you can. If you want a T-shirt, it helps the league out for sure. Cam, I got another question for you. So I know you drive a concrete truck. So with that being said, is that what is making you a six-time winner? Is it the secret behind it? Having the CDL, hauling heavy loads around New York, is that what allows you to be a top runner every week and already have a spot in the playoff early in the season?
Oh, I think anytime you're holding the steering wheel, it's definitely helping with something.
I don't
Uh,
think I could drive a concrete truck. I thought about that today. There was some guy out in my neighborhood and he was blocking the road up and he was out there, he had his water hose spraying his chute down or whatever he was
hmm
doing, and that's all I could think about was you.
Yeah, you definitely
And
got to have some patience for that kind of job. So.
because I wanted to scream at him because I couldn't get into my
hmm
driveway.
Yep.
However, I didn't. I was nice,
Sure, it wouldn't be
but
the first time they got yelled at.
but
So looking ahead to this coming week, we're racing at Las Vegas. How do you and your team as a whole prepare? Like, do you guys set up private team practices, or do you guys just wait and practice before the race? Like, how does that work for you guys without,
Yeah. So
giving
usually,
away private information?
yeah, usually we'll do a team practice, or if we don't have time, I know with Al being in Ireland, it kind of makes it difficult to kind of schedule anything because of the time difference. But if we don't get together, usually we'll kind of share setup notes and stuff like that right before the race and the pre-race practice. But
Well,
so this is kind of going forward a little bit, but last Friday we started our Land and Sea NSB Late Model Series, which was a blast. I think all of us ran in that, and your teammate Al Reed ended up winning it. Um, did y'all go into that race with a strategy too? Because it seems like ESR is getting some victories here. We need some help. We're trying to figure out the loopholes here.
yeah. So right here's the results of the race with the Al and Barney in the flag stand, waving the checkered flag. That was the margin of victory over Colton. He did well. It's a lot of fun. I personally struggled at it, but it's still a lot of fun to get out there and beat and bang fenders with everybody. So
yeah, so when it comes to the late models. I don't really have a whole lot of experience with them. I've done a couple official races with them, but like this whole late model thing is kind of new to me, so I'm still kind of learning it. But we didn't really have uh any kind of mindset or anything. We all decided we were just gonna run it, and I know Al was pretty fast. I was having a decent race until they're about the end of it, and ended up getting collected in an incident. But I think they're definitely fun. I can't wait to get them on some other tracks and see how they run there.
Yep. This week we'll be
Be at
racing
South
at
Boston.
no
No,
we
that was South Boston.
that was South Boston. We'll be racing at Southern National on Friday,
Ooh.
so that'll be exciting. Um, so Cam, I know you're part of something that we just started up. Um, I don't know how many people overall in the league know about it, but we introduced the new Outcast Football League on Madden 25. So unexpectedly, in less than a week, we were able to pull 15 people into this football league. 13 of them being ORL drivers. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of people here are excited for the matchups against one another. Looking at the schedule, some people have a lot more player opponents as opposed to computer opponents, but still going to be a lot of fun. The playoffs might be for the people who have an easier schedule might be a little rough when they get to playing all people. Um, the deal with this is each week you have 5 days to play your game before the week auto advances, and I have something here. Boom! It's the list of all the teams, all the drivers or players that are playing for what team, and our OFL logo here. So that's pretty sweet. So you see Cam down here on the Bills.
Have you ever been to a Bills game? Is that close to where you live?
No, I've never been to. So honestly, I'm not really a huge football guy, but I've I've always kind of enjoyed playing the games, but I haven't really played any of the recent ones. I think I played like 24. I got the 10-hour EA demo. I played that one a little bit, but I don't know. It kind of gets boring just playing the computers. So somebody said something about getting Madden. I was like, I'll get it, and then next thing you know, we're making an Outcast football league.
It happened very quickly. Like,
It was very quick.
I just got one more thing here. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, but this race this weekend coming up is the Halloween race, correct?
yeah, so with us
So
pushing out a week because of the hurricane, it is not going to be the Indianapolis Road Course. I got you covered on that name, Brom. uh,
yeah, I
uh,
screwed up.
it's going to be this weekend at Las Vegas, so make sure you guys bring your spooky paint schemes, and we'll have Aaron pick the best Halloween themed.
And make sure you wear a costume for the driver cams, because I think it's going to be interesting. Are you
Oh,
going to dress up, Cam?
No, I'm not sure yet. Are you dressing up, Brom?
I got to figure out what. I've already seen Anthony's. We already know what Anthony's going to be. I mean,
I've got a
he's
whole
got.
wardrobe I can choose from.
I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere during a caution lap and he ain't up twerking, because he was twerking pretty hard the other day while he was showing it.
I don't think I
You
can
know,
do that during a caution lap. Not unless I'm in the
that's the goal.
pits.
See if you can do it. That
Uh,
would be interesting.
That'd be funny. That would be funny.
Anywho, but
Yeah,
yeah, so everyone, Halloween race, don't forget about it. Make sure you get your paint schemes on your cars. Dress up if you got a camera. Um,
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Make sure you watch the broadcast, because you might catch Anthony twerking on there. I don't know. Maybe we can get Peacemaker to pull Anthony up before or after the race just for that.
Yeah, the twerk
on the
cam.
broadcast. The twerk cam, yeah. Have a
That's
twerk
terrible.
off.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
Uh,
anywho,
Covering Sunday's race here real quick. Uh, Sunday was at Chicago. Wasn't a terrible race. We had 7 cautions for 28 laps. 2 of those were stage cautions. Stage one winner was Colton Manich. Stage two winner was Casey Gross. So they both got a bonus point each going into the playoffs. Obviously important. Um,
Speak
and
for
the
yourself about a terrible race.
oh, where'd you finish, Cam? Oh, 23rd. Ouch. After winning last week,
Yep.
you come back and 23rd. That hurts. Uh,
Highest of highs, the lowest of lows.
the race winner was our first repeat winner of the season, being Tyler Humphreys. He definitely seems to be a force to be reckoned with on the Misfits team.
Al
And
was right there at it though.
yeah, Al, he finished first in the late models and second here in the next gen. So he's on a roll. Somebody's got to put that fire out quick.
Yeah, I had a rough race that week. It wasn't great. I was shooting for 0x and it unfortunately didn't happen.
Yeah, that was on
I'm
that was
not
on
gonna
me.
say that
That was on
my
me.
teammate took me out, it's
There's a whole
but
lot of that going on this season, and I think it's just we're right. We run right with each other all the time, like constantly. If we're not nose to tail, we're in the pits repairing our damage.
We got a term for that, but we'll bring that up in race review.
mm,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which is kind of getting close. So, Cam, is there anything you'd like to shout out or say, or anybody you'd like to say hi to, or anything fun?
Yeah, just like to thank you guys for having me in the league and having me on this broadcast. I've had fun the past. What are we on, season 3 that I've been here? I've had a lot of fun being here, and I'm glad you guys had me on the podcast.
I'm glad you came. I know the last one's a tough act to follow. Uh,
Definitely.
you were our guinea pig for it, and I appreciate you coming by.
Ah,
I
setting
think
me
I
up for
think you
failure.
killed it. I think you killed it.
Oh yeah.
Setting me up for failure putting me on after Matt DiBenedetto.
I can't
No.
see any difference. I feel like it's the same scenario. So, but anywho,
All right.
did you got anything else, Anthony?
Yeah, I just want to make sure we give a shout out to our sponsors: Williamburg Contracting, Schenko Custom Diecast, Landon CNSB, RT3 Designs, and Tucker It Out for everything that they all do to help the league. And we will catch y'all later.
Later.